Labradoodle puppies who are learning to walk, and lots of Labradoodle puppy talk. In today's video, this is a week 3 litter update, and we are going to tell you what these mini Australian Labradoodles have been up to over the past week. We're going to tell you about the big excitement that they've got coming up at the end of this afternoon, and we're also going to talk a little bit about socialization, and in particular we're going to touch on separation anxiety. Hi, I'm Claire from Van Isle Labradoodles, and these Petite Australian Labradoodles from the Petite Noix litter are 3 weeks old, and they're all got their eyes open, they've all got their ears open, and they all have quite a bit to say. Especially Mr. Yellow, who's a very talkative little guy. He has a lot to say today. I'm not exactly sure why he's talking so much, so we'll just give him some extra love and see if we can get him to settle down a bit. The puppies are, as you can see, much more mobile. Now I'll just move my legs out of the way and you'll see them starting now. They're walking around on all fours. They're able to negotiate things much better. Oh my goodness, we've got lots of opera singing going on. So that's what they've been doing this week, is developing this coordination and learning how to actually hold themselves up on all fours. And you can even see we've got some tails wagging now, and we've got some songs going on. Mr. Yellow is quite a talkative puppy at the moment. He must feel that he didn't get his fair share at the milk bar, and so he's trying to convince Mama Noisette to lie down again and let him have some more. Noisette at the moment is looking very intently. As you can see, this is a very typical mama protective behavior. She's looking out the door straight at Raven. Raven is here right now because she is cycling, and so she will be having her honeymoon in a few days. So she's here staying with us while we wait for everything to be ready for her timing wise. And so that is naturally what would be considered competition. If these puppies were living on their own, there would be only one female and one male that were the breeding pair. And so whenever somebody has puppies or they're in season, there's a lot of competition to establish that I'm the one who should be part of the breeding pair, not you. So that's why, whoopsie, sorry, Green. That's why you see Noisette giving a particularly intent look out the window there at Raven, because she can tell that Raven is cycling right now. So now we'll just touch briefly on an update for Noisette. She's doing great. She has decided she's comfortable enough to do a little bit more socializing with us again. So now she eats all of her meals in the Doodle Den. All the mums and our own dogs are all eating all their meals together now. Noisette no longer has her meals in her room. Now at night she does have a bowl of what's called itty, which is a freeze-dried raw food. So we do leave that out for her overnight snack. But otherwise, all of her meals are now taken in the Doodle Den. Now for the puppies, they're going to be introduced to the Doodle Den this afternoon. It's time to move them. As you can see them moving around here, this is a very small area. It's difficult for them to really get an opportunity to move around enough to develop all of their muscles and their coordination. So we're going to take them out of the box and move them into their bigger spot later on this afternoon. So that's a big thing for puppies. Huge change. This is the only place they've ever known their whole lives. Just to go somewhere different means a lot of adjustment for them. So this is one of the key things that we make note of when we do move the puppies, is who adjusts smoothly, who finds it stressful, and then of course we attend to whoever is finding it stressful to make sure that they become comfortable. So we want to do it when the puppies are ready. And these puppies are ready because they can see, they can hear, and they can move around. So it's time for them to move along to the next step in their development, which is having more space and a little bit more independence. It also means that we're going to start introducing some solid food for them. I'm just checking Noisette's milk bar. She doesn't really have anything much in there right now, and you can hear the puppies all complaining about that. So that tells us that she's running low on the ability to support their nutritional needs, and that it's time for us to start introducing solid food. When they're hungry like this, it's much easier to have them adjust to that and make the adaptation to eating some solid food to help support Mama Noisette. And if you see here, we can also see there's some play going on. That's just the very first little indication of play that Green Collar's doing there, using Noisette's tail as a toy. So one of the things when they do move into the doodle den will be that they do get to have toys. And that will give them an opportunity for a whole new experience and interacting with something that is not a puppy and someone, even though it's not alive, who they're not familiar with. I'm just trying to get Yellow a spot here right at the back where I think there's probably still some milk, so he'll maybe feel that he's not so hard done by, or maybe he's just wanting to talk. It's not just Yellow who's talking. There's more than Yellow who's talking. He just happens to be who's usually closest to me. So it doesn't seem to be that it's actually not the milk that he's looking for. I think he's just having a little conversation time. So now the one thing that's going to really start with the puppies when they move is this is the beginning of their desensitization and socialization. Desensitization is step one of socialization. And I would ask all of you who are interested in socialization, and if you are a family in this litter, you for sure, to please go and watch the week 3, it's episode 4, for the confetti sprinkles litter. We talk a little bit more about desensitization and socialization in that video. So if you can go watch that, you'll get a good idea of what all is involved. Because what I want to talk about today is separation anxiety. And the amount of racket these guys are making right now sounds like they all have separation anxiety, except for we're in here with them. They have their mom, they have me, so clearly that's not what they're fussing about. So puppies do not come to you with separation anxiety. One of the key things we do in the Head Start program is remove the puppy from their litter mates, have them in the house individually, do everything that we do with puppies to get them ready for you on an individual basis and also in the group. Everybody gets these things done in a group, but Head Start is offering all of these things to each individual puppy, tailored to suit that individual puppy, and also to address any particular things that you want dealt with. So for instance, if you have a cat, then the puppy goes to Taylor's house because she has a cat, and that way we are able to socialize and desensitize the puppy with cats. So when they come home to you, there's not a big brouhaha. The puppy's not afraid of the cat. The puppy knows how to interact correctly with the cat. The other thing that goes with separation anxiety is, so this breed is a very social breed. They are very, very interested in their people. They're far more interested in spending time with people than other dogs. Being with their people is their main focus in life. So that means if you don't work hard as the person to ensure that your puppy's comfortable away from you, you're going to end up with a puppy who is unhappy when you have to go out. And you do have to go out, and you can't take your puppy with you everywhere. Dogs are not permitted everywhere. And also, the dog needs to develop confidence to be on their own. It's not a nice or kind thing to do to your puppy to always be with them and not have them get used to be on their own. That's not a completely confident puppy. And when a puppy's not confident, they're not happy. They feel insecure, they feel fearful, they worry, and they're just not happy in their own skin. So it's really important as the people that we make sure our puppies do have time alone successfully. So how do we do that? Well, we start off here with them by giving them time on their own. We start off with crate training. We start off taking them away one at a time and making sure that all of those times are successful. So when they're old enough to start this, they're not old enough at 3 weeks, then we'll take the puppy, and let's use Silver Collar Boy here as our example, and we'll say, okay, we're going to go for a car ride, or okay, we're going to go out in the back. We take the puppy and make sure that whatever it is that we're doing with them, that they're having a good time. We give them a treat. We give them whatever it is that they need to be comfortable. And we just let them be themselves. We teach them that being yourself, hanging around by yourself is totally fine, and it's a good feeling. And then after we've done this a few times, what we'll do is we'll start moving further away from the puppy. And when you've got your puppy at home, this is what you're going to do too. You're going to use the X-Pen that comes in your puppy's starter kit. Your puppy's going to be familiar with that because that's what we use here. Everything that's in the puppy starter kit is what we will work with your puppy on. That's why when you have it, the transition to your home is so much less stressful, and you are much less likely to have a dog who develops things such as separation anxiety because you're working with the tools that they're accustomed to. So what we'll do is we'll put them in the X-Pen. Lots of times we have them in the X-Pen in the office, particularly if your puppy's in Head Start and you work from home, then your puppy will come into the office to work from home with us. They'll go in there and we'll walk in and out of the office. There'll be dogs coming and going in and out of the office. Or we'll have it set up in the house where we're moving back and forth through the house from room to room. So our house is a completely open concept. But we have our laundry room, and then hallway into the doodle den is off, removed from the main part of the house. And we can also have a very small little hallway that goes into our primary suite. So when we have the puppy out and we want them to teach them it's okay on their own, they go in the X-Pen, and we just, once they're comfortable, we briefly walk into the primary suite and come right back out. So it's just a very short period of time when they're not seeing us. If they don't like that, if they're unhappy, if they're complaining, we start and we make it smaller. We start them by being in the X-Pen with them, just stepping outside of the X-Pen. Right beside it, we can still touch them and talk to them like Noisette is right now. If you see Noisette, she's not inside the box. She's just outside the box here. The puppies know she's there, but she is separating herself from them. So Noisette is doing naturally what we want you to do when you take your puppy home and what we're going to do with your puppy. So Noisette knows that they need to build confidence, and they need to start getting used to her not being here. She knows that they are going to need to learn to eat on their own, go outside on their own, everything. So she's starting to remove herself from them, just to the point where she's right here if something happens, but she's far enough away that they're a little bit fussed, like you can hear right now. And when you hear your puppy crying like this level of crying, sometimes we rush over and pick our puppy up and make a big deal out of it. What we want to do is just really make sure they're reassured. You saw me when I picked up Yellow, and just give them a little hug. So you just pick them up and say, hey, it's okay, how you doing? Love you, baby, you're fine. Put them back down and leave them to their own devices. So Pink is making a fuss right now. I'm just gonna touch her, make sure she knows that I'm right here, and then let her work it out. Now, if the crying starts to amp up and the puppy's howling or shaking, we don't want that. That's a bad experience. Then we're going to get right back in. Let's say that's what Pink was doing, and we are going to soothe. We're going to pick the puppy up. We're going to snuggle them right into our neck. We're going to do a little side to side, and we're just going to hang on to them until they've got themselves settled again. Hang on for a few more minutes, and then try it again just by placing them down with you right in the X-Pen with them. Now, if they do this, quietness, terrific. That's it for the day. You're going to walk away because that's the end of the exercise and it was positive. If they're crying again, you pick them up again. You keep doing that until you can put them down and they're not crying. And then the next time you go to work with them, and you can work with them 3 or 4 times in a day for like 5 to 10 minutes, you're going to try and you're going to try to go and step outside the X pen without them having any upset. And then once you've got that accomplished, then you're going to move to where you're walking around slightly further away. Once you've got that successful, then you're going to work up to where you go out of their sight for brief periods of time. And then it's just a matter of building up the time. You do not want to start this at home. Please do not start this when you get your puppy home until they've been with you for at least a week and preferably 10 days. When your puppy goes home with you, they have no idea who you are. They don't know if they can trust you. They have no clue whether you're actually going to look after them. So they're naturally going to be very suspicious. So you have to build that trust with them, and that's the most important thing you can do when you take your puppy home, is build that bond. Really work on that for the first 10 days. So that's your little tip, so you know what to do when you get your puppy home. And like I said, please watch the Confetti Sprinkles episode 4 to find out more about socialization and desensitization in general. So now let's do our update and see what the puppies weigh. And let's see, first of all, we have Pink Collar Girl, who's here pushing her way around. Pink Collar Girl is the biggest puppy in the litter. She now weighs 1.255 kilograms. And you'll see, she's no longer fussing. She's fine. She's checking me out. She's giving me the sideways eye where she's like, what is going on? What is happening here? Why are you sitting in the box and talking to everybody? So she's checking in to see what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, and making sure that all is well. Hello, I love you. That's Pink. Next we have Blue Collar Boy. There we go, baby. And Blue Collar Boy is right here. He's this handsome little fellow, this little blonde caramel guy. This is the cutest little face ever. And Mr. Blue Collar is 1.029 kilograms. He's doing great, and he's not fussing. That's what we like. And you see, he's not giving me quite as much eye contact. There we go. Hi. So he was just waiting for that softer voice. Tone of voice is really important. If you find your puppy is doing this and not paying attention to you, change your voice. Talk in a softer voice and encourage them. And now there's what I want. I love you. That's all he needed. Every puppy's different. Everyone, and each time is going to be slightly different. Now we got Green Collar Boy, who's right here. Pink is going to walk all over him. Green is 937 grams. Oh my goodness. If you just stepped on everything here. Thank you. Also, you can see they're going to the bathroom a lot, so it's important we get them out of here and into an environment where they can go on a pee pad and not be making a mess in their room they have to sit in. Green Collar Boy is the smallest puppy, and he weighs 937 grams. Brindle, can you just pass me a couple of paper towels, please? I'm just gonna blot this up here so they don't all walk through it. Thank you. There we go. More laundry. And then we've got Yellow Collar Boy. Yellow's over here. He's actually trying to go to sleep. Yellow is a mirror to his sister Pink. He's this beautiful dark chocolate boy. Looks just like his mom. Cutest little face. Oh my goodness, Silver, it'll be your turn in a minute. And Yellow, now we've got them all on the wrong day. I believe today is the 21st. There we go. Yellow Collar is 954 grams. So he's the second smallest puppy. And there you heard him. He was giving me a little bit of talking. I can feel there's a little bit of tension in his body. So now we just do a little softer voice. There we go. Thank you. That's just great. And I only got a little bit there, but he did turn his head and gave me his full-on eye contact. That's what I want to see. Then we've got Red Collar, who's right here, who is, of course, the red caramel. Hello, sweetheart. And this little guy is 1.135 kilograms. You'll notice these guys all have the cutest little faces. They're all very similar in their faces. beautiful, adorable little looks. Hi, thank you. So you see, Red Collar was quite happy to give me his full attention, regardless of what voice it was that I was using. And Mr. Red is 1.135 kilograms. And now we've got Silver Collar. Silver Collar, who was putting up all the fuss before, being a big baby boy. This is our red and white caramel boy. He's got all that flash there. And now let's see if we can, there we go. Hi, hi. Everything's okay now? Yeah, oh, I love you too. What a good boy you are. And Silver is 1.235 kilograms. So he's just behind Pink in terms of his size. He and Pink are the two bruisers in the litter. So that's our update for this week. Please take a moment and pop a couple of comments in for us here. It really makes a big difference for us. It helps us out so much with the algorithm. We love to share our videos and let everybody know what goes on in their puppies' lives. And we hope you're subscribed, and please take a moment and give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's video. And we will see you again next week, and we'll be coming to you from the Doodle Den. Thanks so much for watching.